Hey everybody, welcome to Harmon Garage. I'm Aaron, and it's Wednesday morning. Means I have 3 full days left to get groundskeeper done, and I'm very optimistic. I know I can do it. Once again, I keep saying that, but that's just me pushing myself. So I just got here this morning. I'm looking at this spray-in bed coating that I put in now that it's all cured and dried up. And I'm really happy with it. It kind of looked splotchy yesterday after I sprayed it on there, but it kind of evened itself out and kind of got more of a shine to it, and I'm happy with it. I think it looks good. We'll get that bed rolled and should be good. First thing I got to do this morning, I got to come back in here and take this gauge cluster back out and fix that odometer that I talked about in the last video. And then we're just gonna start working our way down our punch list. I got my new battery cable, so I just need to put that in. I got the coolant overflow fixed. It sat overnight. It should be dry. And then work our way down. The rest of my parts will be here today. The new wheels and tires will be here today, so we can get those on and you guys can see those. And just gonna keep going and gonna take you guys along for the ride. So here we go. All right, it's time for a little update. Been working my butt off today and starting to wear on me, but we're gonna keep pushing. We're gonna get this thing done. Just doing a bunch of little stuff. Got all the battery cables done. Got the hood latch back in. Coolant overflow's done. I got that gauge cluster fixed that I told you guys about. So it reads 48,000 miles now like it's supposed to. The owner of the truck came over and brought the seat. It's fresh and clean. Got the dash pad cleaned up. I gotta find a good trim piece to put in it. Almost got the tailgate truck bed coated, but I ran out of truck bed coating, so we're getting more of that. I got the rest of the parts I've been waiting for the doors, and got the door panels cleaned up, ready to paint green. Got bumper brackets painted, got the mirrors finished. I still got to paint the visors. One's green and one's maroon. And then we got the wheels with the new tires, and they're all cleaned up, and I'm painting them. But I ran out of paint, so I got more paint on the way. So most of the time today, I've been cleaning up parts and painting parts. My dad's been here helping me. So I wanted to get the dash pad and the gauge bezel and stuff in before I painted the floor, because then I thought about it and figured if I do that, then once the floor's done, only thing I have left to do in the interior is put the seat in. So I don't really need to get in there and get on it or anything else. I can put the seat in and be done. But now I got to figure out what I'm going to do about that dash molding, dash trim, whatever it's called. And I've got 2 or 3 of them, but they're all broken. And the one that was in there was broken. So I'm working on figuring that out, but a bunch of progress is being made. The list over there on the wall is slowly getting checked off, and we're trucking along. I've been kind of terrible about filming, but I'm trying to keep you guys updated. As you saw in the time lapse, my dad got the cab floor painted. Hopefully it doesn't need a second coat. He also got the bed floor done, and it's thick. It will not need a second coat. And what else we got done here? I got the tailgate finished. Looks like I might need to put a little, oh, that's still a little wet. Looks like I might need to put a little bit more on there. And the wheels are completely done. Pardon the mess in the shop. I can't even walk around in here anymore. It's driving me nuts. Wheels are all done. I'm cleaning up the dog dishes. I got my drip rail sanded down and painted black. I got my door seals. So I'm gonna clean up and paint a couple more things that need to be cleaned up and painted, so they've got plenty of time to dry. And then I'm gonna start assembling these doors, and I'll be better about filming when I get to putting the doors together, so hang tight. All right, it's Thursday morning. Still pushing, not giving up. This truck is gonna be done, all the way done. And I've been here for a couple hours already this morning, and we got the rear wheels mounted, and I think they look great. So, tires may be a little on the small side, but I wanted some low pros, and I definitely got some low pros. Had to clean that one up a little bit. It's got some overspray on it, but I got my drip rails that I painted, put on both sides. I got my door latches put in the door. I started putting the doors back together. And this Herculiner that we put in the bed floor and the cab floor is, some of it's still a little bit sticky, but it's dry for the most part, and I think it turned out great. It looks really good. I'm steadily just marking stuff off the list and getting stuff done. The next thing I'm gonna do is paint the door panels, and I'm gonna film the process of that for you guys, because I know a lot of people want to color match their door panels and they're afraid to paint them because they don't think the paint's gonna stick. But there's an easy technique you can do to make it stick and last a long time. So I'm gonna go over that step by step for you guys right now. All right, so I got my door panel over here. And yesterday my dad took 320 grit sandpaper and scuffed the whole thing down, kind of get rid of the loose, dried out stuff, and smooth it out a little bit. I got some wax and grease remover here on a rag. I'm just going to go ahead and wipe it down really good. Make sure we get as much of the dust and contaminants and stuff off of it as we can. Granted, it's dusty in here, so it'll get a little dusty again right away, but it's alright. We're going to do the best we can. So, I took the armrest off because if you paint it with the armrest on there, then it looks bad. You can kind of, doesn't fill in the gaps and stuff. So I took those off, and we'll get the armrest off, and get the armrest cleaned up and paint them separately. But I got that all cleaned off and wiped down now. I'm going to take my inner door felt off because we got a new one, and I want to make sure we paint behind this one. So I'll get that out of there. Wipe this down too. And then first thing I'm going to do is take some plastic adhesion promoter. You want to make sure you shake it up really good. I've used this stuff before, but I just want to look over the instructions real quick just to make sure I'm doing it right again. Okay, it says to apply 2 to 3 light coats, 8 to 10 inches from surface, allow 3 minutes between each coat, and then apply your top coat within 10 minutes of putting this on. So basically you put it on, let it tack up, put it on again, let it tack up, put it on again, let it tack up, and then you wait about 5 minutes and spray your color. So that's what we're going to do. Alright, there's the first coat. I'm going to let it sit for a couple minutes. I'll spray on 2 more, and then we'll move on to paint. Alright, I got all 3 coats of the adhesion promoter on here, and it sat for about 5 minutes. I didn't really time it, I'm just kind of guessing. But you can tell it's tacked up because it's all looks like flat. It's nothing shiny. I don't want to touch it because I risk putting a fingerprint mark in it, but if you touch it, it feels really tacky. So I'm going to go ahead and I've got emerald green, which is what the code for the original interior color was. I'm not sure exactly how close this is going to be to that color, but we'll see. I just want to put on really, really light coats because I don't want to take any chances of making this run. So if I got to put 5 coats on it to get covered, that's fine. I just don't want any runs or imperfections in it. Another little trick is, if you mess around with these, you probably know that there's like these door panels are pretty dry rotted and stuff, but generally there's like a little grain in the panel, texture I guess you'd call it for looks. If you take your time and use these products the way they say to use them and let it tack up good and sink into those grains with each coat, you'll still have that grain in it when you get done. Now if you just sit there and keep piling paint on and piling paint on and piling paint on, it's just going to look smooth because it's going to fill all those, all that paint's going to like shrink together and it's going to fill all that texture. So got the first coat on. I'm going to let it sit for 3 to 5 minutes and tack up. I'll put another coat on, let it sit for a few minutes and tack up, and then I'll take a look at it. And if it looks like I got good coverage, then I'm done, because I don't want to pile any more paint on there than I need to. So I'll put another light coat on it in a couple minutes. If it looks good, we'll move on to the next step. If I can still see some maroon or some light spots, then we'll go with another coat. But I'm going to go ahead and finish getting this emerald green on there, and then we'll move on to the next step. I got 2 even coats and then kind of a little touch up in a few spots to make sure all the maroon was covered up. And I've let it sit here for probably 15 minutes or so to tack up good. Now this paint that we got, you see on there, is high gloss. And I don't want the door panels to be super shiny. I want them to be kind of a duller look. So I got some matte clear, which should dull it down so it's not as glossy. And it'll be a protective coating on top of the paint as well, because the clear will dry a lot harder than the paint will. And it'll be more durable and hold up better than paint. So I can touch this right now. It's still tacky, but I can touch it and not take paint off on my finger. So I think I've let it sit long enough. And you want to be really careful with clear because it runs really bad, so you definitely want to make sure you put it on light. I actually read the directions on the can again, which I never do, but it says 2 to 3 light coats for best durability. So I'm going to do 2 to 3 light coats like I did with the other 2 products, and then we're going to set this thing in the corner and let it dry for about 24 hours, and we'll put the door panels on tomorrow. I still have to paint the other door panel. I've got the plastic pieces that go on the corners of the seat, and I've got the visors. One of the visors is the original green, which once this is dry, I'll compare with you guys. I'll get this wet so it looks more new, but just doing that, it looks pretty dang close. But I only got one green visor, the other one's maroon, so I really don't want to paint it, but I don't really want to have a maroon visor either, so I'm probably going to paint one, if not both of them. And then the armrest pads also. So I'm going to go ahead and get this clear on, and we'll move on. Alright, should be a pretty light coat. I'm going to let that sit there, tack for, I think it said 5 to 7 minutes. I can't find it now, but I think it said 5 to 7 minutes. Either way, I'm going to let it sit there for a few minutes, tack up. I'll put on 2 more coats the same way, and then we'll catch up with you guys when it's done so you can see the finished product. Alright, well I got this all done. It's been sitting here for about an hour, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I think it turned out good. It's dry to the touch now. I'm still going to let it sit. And I got this old visor wet, so it's got some shine back to it. And they may not be the exact shade, but I don't think I could get much closer. So Real happy with that too. Turned out awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and get the other one done and get the other pieces that I gotta get painted, and we'll move on and keep going. Running out of time. All right, it's right around, I don't even know what time it is, 3:30, 3 o'clock, something like that, Thursday afternoon. I've been busting butt. We've been busting butt trying to get this thing done. We've made a lot of progress, but we still got a ways to go. I'm looking over my punch list here. All this stuff's crossed off. I got windows, dash pad, door panels, bleed the brakes, fill it with fluids, start it, license plate light, bumper brackets, put mirrors on, finish assembling the doors, and that's it. So I'll walk you guys around, catch you up with the stuff that I've done since I showed you last, and then I'm gonna get back to work and we're gonna try to get this done. My dad's still here helping me. I wouldn't be able to do this without him. He's been a huge help. He's cleaned up the shop, cleaned up parts, helped me put stuff in, helped me assemble stuff, ran for parts, ran back and forth. I mean, I just can't even explain how much he's helped me out. He's been a huge help. So I got the door weather stripping in, got the doors aligned, which I could then align the front end. Got it aligned tight, except for the hood, but I can do that later. So the front fender, the core support, everything, inner fender bolts, all that is done tight. Gaps are decent. Got my door lock knobs in. I got my door handles and latches on the outside. I can open my doors now. Door weather stripping, brand new, installed. We got the seat in. It's all bolted down. I've got the regulator in that door. I don't think I've updated you guys on stuff I've been cleaning and painting. So we'll walk over to the paint booth real quick. I got the armrest pads done. Both door panels are done. They're just sitting there drying, and I may let them sit overnight, because if that's all I have to do is put those on tomorrow, then I'm in good shape. So I gotta finish assembling the doors and put the tailgate back on, bleed brakes, add fluids, make it start, time it, set it on the ground, ready to go to the show. So sounds easy, gonna make it look easy, probably not, but oh, my dad just reminded me I gotta build an exhaust system for this thing too. I forgot all about that again. So it's coming along. Sorry I'm not filming a lot of stuff, but I'm just hammered down working, trying to update you guys as much as I can, as often as I think about it. So gonna keep going. All right, it's Thursday evening. I've completely exhausted myself today, but I've gotten a lot done, and I feel a lot better about finishing the truck tomorrow now. So yeah, feel a lot better about it. Check out the punch list here. Most of it's crossed off. Mirrors shouldn't take long. Doors, I've got one completely done. I'll show you that in a minute. But so I only got to do one door. License plate light will take a minute. Bumper brackets will take a minute. Vent windows, door glass, door panel, that all kind of goes with assembled doors. Half of it's done, shouldn't take long. And then the dash pad, bleed brakes, add fluids, start it and time it. And that's pretty much it. Like, I'm really, really close. Feeling good about it. I almost want to stay tonight and finish it, but when you start getting exhausted, you start making mistakes, and I don't want to make any mistakes, and I'm confident that I can finish that list and this truck tomorrow. So tomorrow night might be another story. I might go to my son's football game and get back from his football game at 11 o'clock or midnight or something and come over here and work all dang night until I gotta leave for the show in the morning. I don't know, but I doubt it. It's looking pretty good. So I don't really remember where I updated you guys last, but outside door handles, door locks are on. I got the whole front end aligned and tightened up. Inner fender bolts are in, all that stuff. This door, aside from putting the mirror on and putting the door panel on, completely done. We got windows, vent windows, new weather stripping, new window sweeps. I still got to wipe the door down before I put the panel on, but you guys get the picture. But other than that, inner door handles and everything. Needs the door panel, window crank knob, done. We got the kick plates put in. I gotta tighten that down a little bit more. My dad put that in, didn't get that screw tight, but no big deal. Seats in, seat belts. I gotta wipe the dash pad down, or wipe the dash down, put the dash pad on, but I'm gonna have to clean everything anyways. Got this side visor in. I pretty much got this side of the truck done, so I can move over to the driver's side. And pretty sure I already showed you guys that. Wheels are on. So I've made a lot of progress in a short amount of time, and I'm very, very pleased with the outcome. So the list has gotten really short. I've got plenty of time. We're gonna fire this thing up tomorrow afternoon, but you guys are gonna have to wait to see that until I make the video at the show, because this is the end of this video, and I'm not making another video till at the show Saturday when the truck is completely done. So you guys already get the gist of what it looks like. You see it, you know, pretty well complete. But there's going to be a few little things here and there that I've talked about in the older videos that's going on the truck that I haven't put on yet. I've been saving those because I don't want to give away all the secrets. I don't want to show everything before it goes to the show, because then for the people that are going to the show, I apologize to the people that can't, but the people that are going to the show are going to look at a truck that they've already seen. So I'm leaving a few things off the old YouTube for now, and then once it's at the show, I'll make a video at the show and we'll start it up, and you'll see all the other things that I'm doing to it that I don't want to put on yet. So that's it for this one. Sorry for just the little updates here and there and showing what I've done. I tried to get some processes of doing some stuff mixed in there, so it's not just, hey, look at this, hey, look at this, and I'm done. But if you want to see what this truck looks like when it's completely done and you're not subscribed, now would be the time to go down there and hit that subscribe button. Leave me a like while you're at it, and say hey in the comments. But that's going to do it for this video. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for watching the videos. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be able to do this. Y'all have a good one. We'll see you next time.